You are a neurodivergent manifestation baddie. I guarantee you have been personally victimized by coaches and creators misexplaining answers to these questions. And how I know that is I see y'all in the comments on the TikToks and the YouTubes and everything. And you're asking these questions in good faith because I think your neurodivergent ADHD touched by the tism brain genuinely wants to know. And what do these coaches tell you? They're like, yeah, it's instant. The second you ask for something, you manifest it, you decide, then it's there. And what do us literal thinking baddies think is like, no, it's not. Like, but what? If I just decide that I get to have a boyfriend, he's not just like popping up. What are you talking about? Then you say that, you're like, well, how come I don't have it yet? Genuine question slash gen, right? And the coaches they get mad. These creators, I'm seeing people getting yelled at for not good reasons. It makes me a little sad. That's why I'm here. And the coaches, they're yelling at you like, you think time exists? You stupid bitch. You're like, yeah, like 6 o'clock, like it will be 7 in an hour. Like, from my understanding, time is certainly an experience that we humans have, right? And so, same thing with the second question. Do you have to? You're like, do you have to take action? Do you have to take aligned action? I've been hearing about that, and these creators are like, no, don't take action. Just be, just be. And you're like, okay, so you're expecting me to like sit on my couch and like stop going to work, or like, or if I want a job, I shouldn't apply to jobs, or they're like, just be. And you're like, am I dumb? And this is, that's the sad part is I think as neurodivergent baddies, we like to get to the bottom of things, right? That's why we're hyper focused on our various hobbies and interests, right? And so I was getting to the bottom of something. I was like, why? First of all, why are these coaches and creators so mad? And why are they yelling? And why do we struggle with these questions as neurodivergent queens? And after digesting it, I realized two things. One, most coaches and experts and gurus and creators on the internet are neurotypical. Oh, mind blown, right? And then the second thing is like you want to get to the bottom of it, and they just don't have any patience for you because they're neurotypical. They don't understand what's going on in your brain, right? Did I have two reasons? I forgot. I have ADHD. Anyway, I'm here because I'm neurodivergent. I'm an ADHD queen, and I think I'm touched by the tism as well. And I think it's a superpower. And I think that we actually are the most powerful manifestation baddies of all. And so, what I am going to show you in this wonderful video is I'm going to explain these questions in a way that you're going to understand. Because these other people, like, they're just pissing you off. They're pissing themselves off. I'm like, let me get in here. I'll explain it. I'll explain. So I actually had notes, if you saw my post previewing, but I had to erase them because I did another video for work. I'm so funny. So I'm going to start from the top of my notes because I took a picture. I'm smart. And so I kind of thought, like, along the way, this is going to be this Operant Power tutorial fundamentals course that I've been teasing for the past, like, 7 videos. And I felt ready to make it today because, y'all, I just want to set a boundary. This is the last level 1 manifestation conversation I want to have. If you're a neurodivergent manifestation baddie and you're having those questions that I just erased, and you are here in good faith, you're like, actually, I want to get it. Once you get it and you implement this, you're going to be at level 2. You're going to be at ascended baddie status. And you're not going to be in level 1 anymore. So I've been hinting at this in my conversations with people. Everyone wants to know what level 1, level 2 means. So I think it's a good thing to kind of go over, like, along the way, how these different categories look. So, but before we do that, I wanted to start with Operant Power. So, as I've mentioned in pretty much every video, including I think when I made the YouTube, this is what I wanted to talk about in the first place. So, the first affirmation, this is fundamentals, is you are the operant power, and you decide the rules. Yes? So, and as we go, we're gonna hit those other questions, don't worry. This is just like, or along the way. Oh, my handwriting's a little avant-garde today. That's okay. Like, I'm gonna just take you through this step by step. I don't know if this video is I don't know if we're gonna hit all the points that I'm trying to make, but it might be a series, but it's all important. Like I said, this is the last level 1 conversation I want to have. I want you to watch this video or the series of videos to come, and I want you to just get it. And then we can have way more interesting conversations on the YouTube. And I will hint to you what those are when I show you what level 1 and 2 are. That's lame. So let's start here. I'm the operant power and I decide. This one is what really landed for me when I first started like relearning manifestation about a month and a half ago, I would say. Something like that. And so this is what changed the game for me in understanding, like, I kind of like at some point woke up from the dream. And so how I received in my channel to explain this to you, because this is still confusing for neurodivergent baddies, some of them. What I hear you guys saying in the comments is like, how do I know? If I decide, how do I know it's gonna happen? How do I know it's decided? Level 1 question. That's okay. You're where you're at. I'm gonna help. So instead of thinking it like this, I thought of a different way you could think it. And have you guys seen Alice in Wonderland, the movie, the Johnny Depp one? Have you seen that? I watched that with my mom recently while I was visiting her, and it's one of her favorite movies. And I think it would have been much better in 3D IMAX, of course, not on her iPad. But there was a lot of bangers in there in terms of quotes about manifestation, actually. So my favorite one, so I'll tell you the context. So Alice is, spoiler alert, everyone knows what the story is, whatever. So if you really want to know the full experience of Alice in Wonderland, the Johnny Depp version, don't, I guess, click out. But she's Alice and she is in Wonderland, whatever. And she encounters, I really don't remember a lot of this. She encounters some sort of whatever creature she did, whoever it was. And they were like, first of all, they're all like, you're the wrong Alice. No, she's the right Alice. I thought this movie was kind of boring, but I'm glad it had some bars in it that I could teach you. So back and forth, they're going 10 minutes. It's the wrong Alice. No, it's the right one. And Alice is like, the fuck, I'm just standing right here. Like, y'all bitching about whether I'm the right Alice or not. I'm fucking Alice over here, right? So hint, hint. And then at some point, she's like talking to some other creature and he's like, there's 2 paths in the woods and you have to take this one. And she's like, this is my dream. This is my dream. And I get to choose what path I take. And I thought, okay, like on level 1 profound, it's like, yeah, you get to make choices in life and everything. But I think the more profound piece of it that really touched me was, this is my dream. This is my dream. You know how I would say in my other videos and all of them basically, this is my YouTube, right? When I say this is my YouTube, that's what I say when I say things that my old awareness is like, this is a weird thing for you to say, or this is a unique thing or different. And I'm like, this is my YouTube. And so when I heard her say, this is my dream, I just thought like, well, think about it in the movie. She's off to get perhaps proposed to by Lord Barrington, whoever, I don't fucking know. And she's like, no, I don't want this. I'm going to run off in the woods and elope. And so she falls down the rabbit hole. Yes, familiar with the story. And then she falls down the rabbit hole, right? And then she's in all sorts of weird dreamlike situations. And she thinks she's dreaming the whole time, but she's not. She's in Wonderland. I guess it's ambiguous the whole time if this is the real place, right? And so it got me thinking, have you ever seen, I'm sure you've seen content, you've encountered this idea that life is a simulation or life is a dream, right? Like, and you maybe heard the term spiritual awakening, right? And so, so this is where I don't want your literal brain to get stuck. Remember, this is a class for neurodivergent baddies. So this is what you're going to get trapped into, and I'm going to explain to you why it's not what you think it is. If you're thinking literally, you're like, okay, so Eve is telling me that I'm actually straight up fucking hallucinating. I am psychotic and I need to check myself into the psych ward, and she's also crazy because I'm not sleeping, I'm awake. So how is it a dream, right? Metaphors, my queen. So this is a metaphor. And I'm going to explain to you the basis. Do you know when you are having a real dream? Say you've gone to sleep and you are having a dream, right? Some people can lucid dream. Have you heard that term? Lucid dream means you're in the dream, right? You're literally in a dream. And you wake up in the dream and you realize it's a dream. And then supposedly, I've never done this. I've never managed to do this. Once you realize you're in the dream, there's all these techniques like count your fingers. And if you have more than 10 fingers or less, then you are in a dream. And then, so supposedly you can activate the lucid dreaming state, and then you can basically just run around and do whatever you want in the dream. Pretty cool, right? Because in my dreams, I've never lucid dreamt, so in my dreams, I am kind of at the mercy of whatever is happening to me in my dreams. And I used to be all anxiety dreams all the time, but actually lately, since I've been on my mental game, my dreams have been a lot more fun, actually. Like, life is so different when you go all in on what I'm teaching you here. You can literally get rid of your nightmares, because that's what I did. I had nightmares. So think about analogously. We are humans, right? We are awake. But at the same time, what this concept and what operant power and what like I am God and I am source is trying to teach you is that there's two ways to look at your position as you in the universe. Yes? So you can think about it as I am one just formation of molecules along with everybody else here, and everything is random, and science, blah, 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 right? It's a depressing way to live. I lived like that for a while. Or you can get a little whimsy into your life. So what I'm asking you to do is not literal. I'm not asking you to pretend that you are in a dream. I'm asking you to add a little whimsy into your life and think, if I were to kind of imagine that theoretically as a thought experiment, right now I was in a dream, right? And think about it. When you're in a dream, like, there's things you can measure. There's people you can speak to. Like, that's what this is getting at, is like, and this is the key to the operant power thing. I'll erase this. And before I forget, it's that your 4D is just as important as the 3D. So, I'll put that here. And now you're like, when did we get back into IMAX movies? But this is not about movies, Miss Girl. You're so cute. I love my neurodivergent baddies. I'm the same. I need everything explained to me. Just give it to me straight. I cannot take these creators that only speak in poetry. Even Abraham is laying it down more practical than some of y'all's is on social media, y'all. Oh my God. Like, and maybe the neurotypicals really like the poetry stuff, but like we need it logical and just give it straight up. And the nice thing about the way I'm doing it is because it's logical, it's gonna bring your ego, your old awareness on board, because that's why you're stuck at level 1 right now, is you can't get that bitch off your back. You can't work in harmony with her yet, right? And so basically, like, this is the axiom, this is the operant power thing, this is like this is your dream. What it's saying is all the time that you spend awake experiencing life in the 3D, so this is like awake, like experiencing outside. So this is your experience where you're like, I'm at work, I'm dating, I'm, I don't know, doing whatever. And so 4D is your imaginal world. You have two worlds, right? I know you neurodivergent baddies have imaginal lands. You ever get lost in dreamland and stuff, and you're like, you're sitting on the couch, but you're in a whole different place up here, right? You're arguing with somebody in the past, or you're like thinking about all the terrible shit that's going to happen to you, or you're thinking about your manifestations. You're thinking about, oh, I'm so excited and great. I'm so happy and grateful that I have manifested my perfect relationship. And then you're like, I'm not in a relationship. I'm doing something wrong. Let me get on YouTube. Let me figure it out, because isn't manifestation supposed to be instant? But it's not here. So am I supposed to take action? But they said don't take action. They said just be. So I guess while I be, I'll just watch some YouTube, right? So again, that's all in your head, right? Even I was in my head. I was like, sometimes I'm literally just walking around and I'm like, and I catch myself thinking. And then I zoom back into like walking my dog or whatever. I'm like, where was I just now? That's real, right? Can you relate? Smash that motherfucking like if you can relate. Yeah, can we do a little, mitzvah for mitzvah here is, if you get any aha moments, smash that motherfucking like button and subscribe and comment. Tell me what you liked. And comment your questions, because I'm not going to yell at you. I'm nice. I get the neurodivergent girls. And if you ask a question in good faith, which I assume everybody in my comments is asking questions in good faith, I will answer them in good faith. So you're welcome. 4D is your imaginal world, right? I just described it. Right now, in your level 1 thinking, oh, okay, Slave, I thought of it, how are you? In your level 1, actually, hold on. Level 1, you think that 3D, sorry, what the fuck, I can't. I remember Eric had said in one of his videos, he was like, as soon as you're at a whiteboard, you don't remember how to spell anything. So true, and I don't know how to write either. Okay, 3D is greater than 4D. Yes, and when you're at level 2, you know that 3D is equal to 4D. And so, just a heads up, everything I'm telling you here is stuff that you have to take for granted. I know you don't like it. This is another reason why the neurotypical teachers are not getting through to you. They are not explaining to you what pieces you have to take for granted and have faith in. Yes, you've heard that term, faith. They're like, just have faith. Have faith in what? This one concept. This is the operant power concept. Can we shake on it? Don't watch the videos. Just X out if we are going to be in debate club about whether this is true or not. Again, I'm not interested in having any more level 1 conversations about whether manifestation is real. It's fucking real, and I know it, and I've seen it, and I'm doing it, and you're doing it. Like, get the fuck over it. Leave that bitch in the old timeline, right? That's what I'm going to yell at you at, is if you're like going to be all debating me on the science of this. Go literally on the internet and find the information, right? But the people I'm talking to is the people that are like, I'm doing stuff, I've been manifesting for a long time, ever since 2020 when the TikTok manifestation shit came out. Like, I think I'm ready to do something different. I'm ready to try on a new pair of glasses. And I'm going to try Eve's shit, because look at her. She's fucking crushing it, and she's happy as hell. She's living life good. I want to be like her. I'm having so much fun in life. If you do it for any reason, just do it so you have more fun. YOLO. Ever heard of that? So right now, you think everything that happens in the 3D is more important. You think like, okay, the fact that I remember Christopher at work, that's from my previous videos, there's a character we have, Christopher at work. This is the guy, your SP, that doesn't give a shit about you, but you're obsessed for some reason. So you think that you went to work and Christopher at work just terrorized you at work all day. He just like sat on your desk and gave you Kit Kats off the bathroom floor. And then like you go home and you, I don't know, sit on your couch and you cry about it all day, right? So you think, okay, you sitting on the couch and you crying, you're literally by yourself. Yes, and nobody can see you physically. Nobody can hear you crying except your neighbors who are very concerned. And so because nobody can see you here, nobody else can validate. There's no proof. Nobody could give you any proof that you were sitting here crying about Christopher from work. This is not as real to you. And you know why? Because you don't think your experience is as important as everybody else's, which doesn't make any sense. You are the only one in here. This is your dream, metaphorically. This is your life. Yes? And so what you neurodivergent queens, I asked all these same questions, and thank God I had the right mentors who didn't like fucking just yell at me for having genuine questions, right? Like I was, what was I even thinking about? I don't know. But yeah, so you think this is not important, right? So you think this is real. This is real. Like, this is, Christopher was terrorizing you at work, so that is what's real, because other people at work saw you, right? Other people at work saw you get terrorized by Chris. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Is because, what I was thinking about before, like, you're like, you know when they say you're the only one, you are source, everyone is you, then you're like, no, that's Christopher from work and this is me. I'm Eve. So what are you talking about? Again, literal thinking. It's okay. It's not your fault. They all speak in poetry. So what this is trying to say is like the way that you approach this very concept can influence outcomes for you. And is that I think that is, that's where it clicked for my ego, and my ego got on board. I'll write it down. Believing this will create better outcomes. Oops. Everything you think you want the boyfriend, the money, the health, the big booty, the BBL. Like, tell your ego, tell your old self, the one that's keeping you stuck. If we can just get on board with it, what Eve is saying here, and just take this for granted. Oh yeah, I think we loop back here. Once I start channeling, I start channeling. If we can just take this for face value, axiom, just decide. When you go all in, you know when people say, go all in, you're like, go all in on what? I've been all in on wanting Christopher from work since I met the guy. No, you've wanted Christopher from work the whole time, but you haven't been all in on believing this. And so I had written in my notes, actually, this is your dream. Wake up to your power. So when you wake up to your power and you reach level 2, where you realize actually there's actual true equivalency here in terms of importance on the impact of your outcomes, right? Whoops. Just drunk texting the whiteboard today. I'm not drunk, but anyway, so like, this is where, like, you know that you crying about Christopher at work is like, actually that's ruining your vibe. Like, that's literally making you less attractive. I'm saying all this to your ego. Your ego is gonna like this. Your ego is gonna want to shape up real fast. If you do not do this, if you do not take this at face value and you accept this and you don't listen to Eve, there is a guarantee actually that Christopher from work will not want you. There's actually a guarantee that you will fail in achieving your biggest dreams. I actually can guarantee you might actually achieve it on accident for 1 second, but it'll disappear. So just bring your ego to mind, bring your old awareness, your scared self, the protector and within you. You say, listen, girl, you've been at the wheel for a long time, and I don't like where you brought me. There's some things we did pretty well together, and I can be grateful for a lot in my life, but I think I'm going to try to take the wheel. This, driver's ed is over. I'm getting, Jesus is taking the wheel. My Christ consciousness. You know when they say Jesus take the wheel? That's what that means. Let your Christ consciousness, your higher self, the Jesus, the Christ within, take the wheel. And I'm telling you as an educator, this is how you take the wheel. So, Because I'm going to play out maybe, let me think where I want to go with this. Yeah, actually, that brings me perfectly into my next concept. This is going to really, I'll keep repeating it. This is a good one for your mental diet. I'll say it in a new way. It's like, this is cringe. Every time you set out to manifest something and you're like, I want to get a boyfriend because it's going to make me feel better. And I'm going to write out my list and I'm going to burn it. And then 2 hours later, I'm going to see if Christopher from work looked at my stories and cry because he didn't. And then I looked on his story and he's skydiving with a baddie. That's cringe. The fuck is wrong with you? This is your dream. What the hell? Like, again, like, once you're at level 2, you understand, because this is my dream, I'm the only one in here experiencing this. And, oh yeah, I remember where we were getting to. I had a long day at work, had my new job, right? Like, since I'm the one experiencing this, is your next question. You're like, well, there's Christopher at work, is Christopher at work, so he's also experiencing his reality, right? Like, okay, yes, I'll rest assured, other people are also experiencing their own reality. But metaphorically, through a series of a chain reaction of events that only higher intelligence could have illustrated. Faith, remember? Like, your outcomes will be measurably different with Christopher, with money, with everything, right? And I will tell you the story of how this happened to me with my love life. It's happening now. And like, because it's involving real people, I'm not putting anyone on blast. But I guarantee you, very soon, I will be able to go public with what is going on with me. And I started this shit like less than a month ago. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, I went all in on believing this about, specifically regarding me and my capacity to be in a relationship. So if you want your SP back in 3 weeks, whatever, like, do this. Because it's fucking cringe. When you are you are the only one in your reality, right? You're the only one driving in here. You're the only one thinking and experiencing in here. And you have a choice between thinking about, all these people are better than me. All these people, Christopher from work would much rather be with Sarah from work, or like whoever from work. But you were thinking that about yourself? What is going on here, right? And so I'm going to save this tangent for another video for sure, but I'm going to tease it. The reason why that might not land for you right away is because your nervous system is dysregulated to shit. And so what I've noticed is a lot of the neurotypical coaches are like, I don't need to regulate my nervous system. You don't need to regulate your nervous system. I'm not going to give away my power to my nervous system. Okay, don't give away your power to the brain and the entire body that's operating this whole fucking shit. Yeah, don't. It's their neurotypical. They're already regulated in their nervous systems. That's why they don't get it. That's why you ask questions like, how do I deal with the feelings that come up? How do I deal with the negative emotions that come up? How do I deal with just the fact that I'm just generally anxious and generally sad, or like generally... at this point, if you're a manifestation girly, I think you're not generally sad all the time. But I think you are at a place where sometimes you can fall into victimhood. You can fall into like irritation and like, oh, this person's making my life horrible, and Christopher's not doing what I want him to do, and I'm so ugly. Like, I've been there. Even after I started manifesting. Because again, I wasn't all in. So I was just like, I didn't understand the weight that this had. So that I thought, like, well, if I manifest for an hour a day, then it'll get me closer or whatever. But if you just live this, it's just live this. And I'll show you how. Probably not today, honestly. We need to wrap up. But, like, yeah, I wanted to make my videos not, like, an hour anymore so I could just bust out more of them, too, I feel like I liked the one-a-day schedule, but I can't do that if I'm busting out 20-minute videos for you guys. So this is a good place to end, actually. I have, like, several more notes. Let me see if there's anything I can quickly go over here. I think the next video we're going to do the neurodivergent one and the nervous system regulation one, that's going to be a video, but it's not going to be the next one. But unless you beg for it in the comments. The next video I want to do is we're going to pick up where we left off on this axiom here. We're going to think about, okay, now that we accept that it's cringe to see ourselves as lesser than other people, what are we going to decide instead? And spoiler alert, we're going to decide we're the best. We're going to just, instead of I'm the worst or I'm average or I'm, even when you're manifesting, I'm good, we're going to decide I'm the best. And your neurodivergent brain, I already know. Do you see the pattern? I already clocked your T. You're going to be like, how do you mean I'm the best? I'm not the best. Like, there's other people. I'm going to explain to you why you're the best. And basically, it's you are the only one in here. So you have to just take it at faith. This is another thing. You just have to take it at faith. We're going to shake hands on it. You're in your ego. You're going to take it. You're going to take it on faith that you are the best for now. Just for now. Only in like 3 or 4 days after you really live this, you're going to be fully convinced that you're the best. And you'll understand it spiritually. Like, I fully believe I'm the best. There's no one like me. No one compares to me, like Eric says, right? But I'm also not like, I am the supreme dictator of the world and everyone else must be exterminated and like everyone else doesn't have anything to offer. I guess I see it as, I know it sounds cliche and you're a little red raspberry booty brain. If you saw my couple videos ago, like I've been referencing, that's your old state. Like you're thinking like, oh, Eve's so conceited, like for thinking she's the best or whatever. Like, it's like, no, I see other people and I can see them as being the best at being them. And I see myself as being the best at being me. And there's like really no one like me out there. And then I think about everything unique that I bring to the table and everything that, all the value I've created in my life, all the love I've shared, all the wonderful, beautiful, unique things about me. And now, and when you get into this, you know, it's only going to take you a couple of days, like I said, to really master this concept. Ooh, you're going to be so good. And again, next video is going to be, I'm going to do a chart, a T chart. And I'm going to really break down the differences in being this and being this. Ooh, you're going to love it. And I kind of want to do it tomorrow because I kept this one short and sweet. Oh, I'm the best. Slay. So tomorrow we're going to do level 1 versus level 2. One day we'll do neurodivergent, nervous system regulation T. And yeah, what I'll just leave you with is like, your homework is, this is your affirmation. I just want you to say one thing. This is my dream. This is my dream. And you don't have to fully get it yet. Maybe watch the video again. You don't have to fully get it yet. Maybe you go watch Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. But like, I just want you to say it. And it doesn't, and if your ego says this is not a dream, Eve is crazy, like you don't listen to those crazy people on the internet, like you're not in a dream, you're awake. You just say, well, I shook hands with Eve. And I decided I was going to try a new thing and I was going to try on a new pair of glasses. And I am going, remember you are going to get better 3D outcomes from doing this. Remember, your ego's going to be like, oh, whoa, better 3D outcomes. wait, you didn't say there were going to be 3D better outcomes involved. Yes, let's do it. And so then by day 2 or 3, you're coasting. Anytime your old awareness comes up, being like, you're not the best. Christopher hates you. Everyone hates you. Stop doing this manifesting stuff. You're going to be like, ego, remember we shook hands on this. We shook hands with Eve. And remember, better outcomes. Better outcomes. And don't specify what the outcomes are. Because I don't want, like, this is you and your power tricking your ego. You don't care about the outcomes. You do right now. That's why we have to trick your ego. But by the end of this, you're not going to give a shit about the outcomes. You're not going to have time to give a shit about the outcomes because the outcomes are going to be so good. You're not even taking action to create them. All the action you're taking is just enjoying what's here. The only action you're really taking is working on yourself, working on your spiritual game and your confidence, your self-concept. your nervous system. Yeah, I have a few hobbies now that I'm a level 2 baddie. It's funny, I'm watching Love on the Spectrum, so like level 2 is like the like less functioning autism. It's backwards of autism and manifestation. Now that I'm level 2, here are my hobbies. I work on my YouTube and my spiritual game along the way. I'm a writer. I love to write, and I've been writing visualizations and rampages. I've been hanging out with my dog and doing really fun things with him, and I've been hanging out with people and talking to my various boyfriends and doing my new job, and it's really fun. And I was literally cold calling today, and I had the best time. And I'm really into getting hotter. Like, I'm already fucking perfection, but like I'm very obsessed with just learning new ways to be like hot and sexy, like customize my avatar here in the game, in the dream, right? Video game's another metaphor I like. If you don't like, I think video game, here you go, your neurodivergent self is going to be like, it's not a video game, it's real life. So that's why I didn't go there. But I'm good at seeing it. Like, I'm like, this is my little game. I'm just here playing my little game on my phone. And so yeah, getting hotter, customizing my avatar, improving my various powers and things. Nervous system regulation, also, working on my avatar. So like I do a lot of foam rolling, and I eat fiber, and I stand on my vibration plate. And here's the thing, like I didn't set out and I was like, I'm going to regulate my nervous system so that I can manifest. I started by saying, I'm all into manifesting, and I know my body right now is not on the same page. I'm neurodivergent. I think I'm hypermobile, and I constantly feel like I am under attack. And that's why I think in my brain that everyone is always attacking me. See how that works? So then I set that rocket of desire, and because of the beautiful universe and how you are always supported by divine infinite intelligence, shake hands. This means we're just shaking hands on that, right? Because you're always supported by infinite divine intelligence. Better outcomes, better outcomes, better outcomes. You're always supported by infinite intelligence. So what's going to happen is you're just going to naturally be inspired. For example, I saw TikTok. I was just on TikTok. I saw you don't stop scrolling when you start manifesting. I was just living life, and I'm like, some girl had a video about foam rolling. And I was like, this is interesting. I will learn more. And now I have a hobby about foam rolling and pressure point release and myofascial release and healing. And my body feels like a fucking Olympic gymnast compared to how I used to feel. Last thing I'll leave you with, just to convince your ego to get on board with me, smash that subscribe button so that you can be on the next one where I describe this. Smash that motherfucking like button and comment that you're excited. Like, right? Like, better outcomes, right? My infinite intelligence just started giving me these ideas, like foam rolling. One time my mom talked about fiber, and I was like, fiber, huh? That sounds interesting. Started eating it. Now I'm regular as shit. My shit's regular as shit. I was not regular before. Ghost wipe every fucking time, y'all. Like, I cannot believe what my body's achieving. I'm losing weight effortlessly. I have eaten DoorDash every day for the past several weeks, basically, and I've lost weight. I have not stepped into the gym. I'm skinty as fuck because I know this and this is equal. So I just started being skinty in my brain. And then skinty and healthy. I say things like, my body feels so healthy and beautiful. It feels good to be in my body. Because right now, if your nervous system is dysregulated, if you're any type of hypermobile or autistic or ADHD or any other type of chronic illness and you're trying to manifest, it's gonna be important. So that's the 2 videos in the queue. I think I basically just gave you my skinty video too, but if you're interested in more about getting skinty, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. All right, thank you for hanging out. I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.